In America today, the statistics are showing more and more people, particularly young people, have the religious affiliation as none, right? They're being called the nuns. No religious affiliation. Does religion still matter? That's a tough one, guys.
Oh no, I don't find it tough at all. Religion does matter, and it matters because we as humans still have some basic needs to figure out why are we here and what happens to us after we die. And those basic questions get answered in a faith group. I don't see any public space where morals and values and discussion about humanity and diversity come together. And I think that's where we teach our children how to be great citizens and great humans.
I agree with my colleague, because I think if you make it relevant, then you can attract people. So, for instance, our Torah, our 5 books of Moses, if you want to believe that it was handed down to the Jewish people on Mount Sinai 2,000 years ago, to the Israelites, that's a great story. But maybe it didn't happen that way. But more importantly, if you read that book every Saturday for 52 times a year, it serves as a life guide, as you said, morals and ethics, behavior. And there's a lot of dysfunction in the biblical stories. Kind of is comforting, because our lives aren't so perfect either. So you don't need to take it literally, but you can certainly use it as a guide how to lead a moral and ethical life, and to understand if God created you, He created everybody else. Therefore, everybody else is the same as you. So every Saturday morning, we read from the Torah scroll, a chapter, and hopefully that would become something relevant to young people who are identifying as uncommitted.
I also think that we are in a moment in time where technology has changed the way we interact with people, and where we have our discussions of the public face, and I think it's all of our face. We're trying to figure out how do we modify and make the changes so that it fits this new technology and this new social structures.
Why do you think there are so many Americans, particularly young Americans, who are now identifying as nuns, those with no religious affiliation?
Well, I grew up Roman Catholic, and I think I distanced myself from that institution because I saw a lot of corruption and a lot of rules and hierarchy that didn't make sense, that didn't really align with my spiritual beliefs in equality and social justice. And I think those are still things that young people, even if they don't identify with an institutional religion, still are seeking. Going back to your original question, does religion matter? I think it really does, because Martin Luther King Jr. would say, we live in a society with guided missiles and misguided men, and we're still fighting wars overseas and causing a lot of pain. And I think we need leadership in this country that is going back to the core of each faith, which is love and kindness and respect.
Yeah, how are we going to grow the leaders for the next generations?
In fact, in our temple, we have people, instead of looking at religioustic or spiritualistic, okay, people also don't want a religion, but they wanted to be spiritual, or they wanted to be just a human being. But still, there is a religious things are required, basically to enhance ourselves in proper, we call it as a way of life. If I had to give an example, a honey bee, it goes and trickle honey from various flowers and then save it. And then we are enjoying that honey. And that means we don't say that this honey is from this flower or that flower, that flower. So all faith have got trickles of honey. So we need to look at it in that way and look at all good thing in every faith. That's why the youth don't want to be attached with one religion, because they see honey in every flower.